Don't go near her, they warned, yet the alien vampire woman sat with me anyway. Everyone backed away from the vampire booth. Evan Rook ignored them. He hefted the broken conduit over one shoulder and marched straight through the gap. The heavy pipe clanged against his tool belt as he dropped into the seat across from Saren Vey. He popped the seals on his lunch kit with a flick of his thumb. Serene's pale eyes widened a fraction. Her elongated canines gleamed under the lounge's dimmed lights, set low for her nocturnal species. She sat rigid, black synth leather gloves folded on the table. No one else dared approach Quarantine Lounge C's isolation booth. Evan pulled out a protein bar. He bit off a chunk and chewed. Morning, or whatever shift this is for you. The crowd in the lounge froze. Forklifts hummed to a halt outside the viewport. A dozen workers from various species gawked. Scaled Krell mechanics, feathered avians, even a few humans. Saren tilted her head. Faint ridges along her jawline caught the light, marking her as Veyron. Emivores from the shadowed worlds of Ebon Reach. You? Sit here. Station translators lagged on her dialect. Evan nodded around his bite. Hazard conduit blew in Sector 7, dragging it through here to log the claim. He tapped the pipe propped against the booth wall. Sparks still fizzed from its exposed wiring. Murmurs rippled. Humans lost it. Vamp'll drain him dry. Policy says isolate. Saren's nostrils flared. She scented the air. Evan's sweat, the metallic tang of ozone from the conduit. No fear, just focus. She reached into her cloak and slid a sealed nutrient vial across the table. Crimson fluid swirled inside, synthetic blood analog stamped with diplomatic seals. Evan eyed it. Trade? She nodded once. Precise. He dug into his pack and pulled a station water ration. Clear, chilled, unlabeled. Humans hoarded them like gold on dry dock rotations. He pushed it over. Fair swap. Your kind needs hydration with the feeds. Saren's gloved fingers closed around the bottle. She cracked the seal. A faint hiss escaped. She sipped, throat working smoothly. Her gaze locked on his. Why? Thirsty? Evan grinned. He finished the bar and wiped his hands on his jumpsuit. Crowd thickened. Bodies pressed in. Dockhands, loaders, off-shift pilots. Whispers turned to shouts. Get away from it, Rook. She's a predator. One bite, and you're meat. Dockmaster Harlan Voss shoved through. His bulbous insectoid abdomen gleamed under the lights, mandibles clicking. As Quathari, he enforced station regs with zealot precision. Rook. Protocol 47C. No contact with restricted species in public zones. Vacate immediately. Evan leaned back. He scanned Voss's badge, gold-trimmed. Supervisor level, logged maintenance on this booth's outlet, Dockmaster. Conduits live. Can't move till I file the claim. He pulled his wrist pad and synced it to the station net. Voss's compound eyes narrowed. File it elsewhere. That Veyron is quarantined for a reason. Hemivore fangs. Nocturnal hunts. She's exile trash, diplomat or not. Saren stiffened. Her vial paused mid-sip. Evan tapped the pad. Lines of code scrolled. Claims tied to this booth. Power surge hit her isolation field last shift. Regs say occupied zone stays locked till cleared. He hit submit. A chime confirmed. Approved. ETA. 20 minutes. Crowd jeered. A thrown wrench clattered against a booth shield, repelled with a blue flash. Voss chittered rage. Insolence! Security. Saren set down the vial. Dockmaster Voss, I request witness. Her voice sharpened, diplomatic poise cracking through the hiss. Evan glanced at her. First words to authority since arrival, he'd bet. Station rumors painted her as silent menace. Fangs bared in shadows. Cheetah Knoll pushed forward. Human medbay orderly, short-cropped hair, tablet in hand. She filmed the scene, lens steady. Documenting. Public lounge. No violation yet. Voss whirled. Stay out, Knoll. This is containment. Sivrek of Quay lumbered up behind. The security liaison's armored shell clicked. Scaled Quathari like Voss, but with liaison stripes. Dockmaster, stand down. Claim verifies. Sivrek's voice boomed. Rule-bound calm. One claw tapped his own pad. Isolation field logs show anomaly. Possible sabotage. Crowd hushed. Sabotage? Whispers shifted. Voss pushing too hard? Vampire setup? Evan stood, conduit in hand. He tested the seal. Solid now. Rerouted power humming. Fixed. Booth secure. He nodded to Saren. Water good? She met his eyes. A ghost of a smile tugged her lips. Fangs hidden. Optimal. Boss snarled. This isn't over, Rook. Humans mixing with predators? Station policy. Policy's clear. Evan shouldered the conduit. Maintenance first. He walked out. Crowd parting like water. Kita fell in beside him. Ballsy. Evan. Voss hates Vera. Calls them bloodsuckers. Evan shrugged. She's a diplomat. Exiled, sure. But regs are regs. Sivrek caught up. Liaison note. Watch your back. Incidents rising. Staged fights. Her booths hit 3 times. Evan frowned. Who gains? Sivrek's eyes gleamed. Xenophobes. Voss lobbies for full quarantine. Back in the lounge, Saren watched Evan go. Water ration cooled her palm. First kindness in months. Station treated her like cage exhibit, fangs equated to threat. Alarms blared. Red lights strobed quarantine C. Crowd panicked. Breach! Voss bellowed orders. Evacuate! Varen loose. Saren rose. Isolation field flickered. Same surge as before. Booth door hissed open. Kita yelled from the exit. It's a trap. Field's rigged. Sivrek drew stun baton. Proof. Finally, Evan spun back. Conduit dropped with a thud. He sprinted through the surge. Workers fled. He charged in. Saren stepped out, hands raised. No threat. Voss blocked her. Predator. Security. Neutralize. Evan tackled Voss aside. Insectoid shell crunched against bulkhead. Stand down. Field failure. Not her. Sivrek scanned. Remote hack. External signal. Crowd gaped. Human shoved Dockmaster for the vampire. Evan grabbed Saren's arm. Gloved cool. This way. Service hatch. She followed without hesitation. Her speed matched his. Night adapted grace through the chaos. Kita filmed. Hostility staged. Witnessed. They ducked into vents. Voss's chitters faded. Saren paused in the dim crawl space. You return. Risk. Evan pried a grate. Checklist. Fix conduit. Trade water. Clear claim. Evac ally. He grinned. Humans do practical. Her eyes softened. Fang tips peaked as she smiled fully. Varen remembered debts. He boosted her through. Their hands brushed. Warm skin to cool synth. Trust sparked. Alarms wailed on. Voss's voice echoed. Find them. Separate the human from the beast. Evan sealed the hatch. Not today. Saren nodded. Nocturnal hunter met station fixer. Small choices bound them tighter than any speech. Deeper in the vents. A new hum built. Pursuit drones activating. Voss wouldn't stop. Evan checked his pad. Backup conduit ready. Next move. Yours. Her whisper. Hunt the hunter. Doors slammed shut with a hydraulic hiss. Emergency klaxons blared. Lights flickered once, then died, plunging the service corridor into black. Evan gripped his tool roll tighter. Lockdown. Biohazard false flag. Voss's play. Saren's eyes glowed faint violet in the pitch. Her low-light vision snapped online. Irises dilating wide. Concourse sealed. Drones inbound. Follow. She moved first. Fluid steps silent on graded deck. Evan matched her pace, boots thudding soft. His flashlight beam cut narrow ahead, but her glow traced edges he missed. Vents, junctions, shadows hiding pitfalls. Air hissed from a side panel, leaking scrubber. Evan dropped to one knee, unrolling tools. Hold position. He yanked a gasket from his kit, slapped industrial tape over the rupture. Pressure equalized with a sigh. No more toxic backflow. Saren crouched beside him, fangs glinting as she scanned. Efficient. Veyron engineers debate hours. Checklists save lives. He sealed the patch, stood. Your turn. She nodded, pointed left. Service sub-level. Bypasses drone net. Her gloved hand brushed his arm. Cool synth over warm skin. Guidance, not grab. They slipped into the corridor. Her vision painted the way. Rusted conduits, loose panels. A tripwire he sidestepped on her whisper. Evan's pad pinged. Comms jammed station-wide. He patched a private channel. Link up, tapped her wrist comm. Data flowed, shared freak now. Logged, she murmured, voice like silk over steel. Route tagged, Sivrik sees proof. Evan grinned in the dark. Smart. Voss can't spin clean logs. Pursuit drones whirred closer. Red sensors piercing gloom. Saren pulled him into a side duct, narrow fit. Her body pressed close. Lean muscle. Cool breath on his neck. Heartbeat synced. His steady thump. Hers a slower pulse. Quiet. She dimmed her glow. Fangs retracting. Listened. Drones banked past. He exhaled. How'd Voss hack the alarm? Sivrik flagged external signal earlier. Staged. Her whisper carried certainty. Isolate me. Panic humans. Policy claims predator risk. Evan checked his pad. Backup power flickered green. Not buying it. Fixed your docking seal yesterday. No bite. Just business. She tilted her head. Eyes locking his. Violet depths held no hunger. Gratitude gleamed. You see, mechanic. Not monster. Small choice. He'd shared water rations in the vents. Bigger now. We're guiding him blind. Trust stacked like toolkit layers. Duct ended at a grate. Evan pried it free. Medbay hum leaked through. Kita's voice crackled on shared comms. Evan, logs show you too. Voss raging, claims biohazard from her. Sivrik holding him back. False, Evan keyed. Patched scrubber. Sirens leading. Proof incoming. Kita's feed patched in. Grainy vid of Voss chittering at security. Human contaminated. Quarantine the beast. Sivrik's carapace clicked audible. Logs clear, Dockmaster. No breach. Stand down. Evan boosted Siren through the grate. Her hand gripped his. Firm returning the lift. Skin contact sparked. Warm palm to cool fingers. No glove this time. They dropped into medbay shadows. Kita waited, tablet glowing. Short human, medic scrub stained, this way. Sivrik stalling.
Saren scanned the room. Clear.
Activated a holo map on her comms. Low light overlaid station schematics. East vents compromised. West to core access. Evan nodded. Air recyclers there. I can spoof the all clear. Hostility boiled outside. Crowd chants echoed. Vampire out. Keep stations pure. Evacuate. Lethal hemivore loose. Kita filmed steady. Documented. Won't look away. Evan jury rigged a power tap. Lights hummed back in medbay. Siren's eyes adjusted. Glow fading. She watched him work. Fangs hidden. Posture open. Why? She asked. Voice low, probing. He stripped a wire. Bridged circuits. Practical. You fixed my breather mask in chaos. Debt paid forward. Her lips curved. Fang tips peaked. Smile, not threat. Veyron bonds slow. Humans. Accelerate. Power surged. Station lights stuttered on partial. Drones veered off, confused. Sivrik command in. Proof sufficient. Lockdown lifting. Voss detained for questioning, but Voss's chitters cut through static. Too late. Incident staged. Watch this! Explosion rocked the deck. Bulkhead groaned west side. Real this time. Conduit breach. Evan's pad blared. Core access flooding plasma. Trap sprung. Saren's eyes flared violet. My path. Lured us. Kita paled. Evac routes blocked. You're cut off. Evan grabbed his roll. Not yet. Taped a breather mask for Saren. Custom fit from yesterday's tweak. Low. O2 coming. Yours. She took it. Pressed close. Bodies aligned in crisis. Together. They plunged west. Her vision cut smoke. His tools sealed micro-leaks on the fly. Plasma hissed nearby. Voss's laugh crackled open comms. Separate now, human, or burn with the beast. Evan patched their channel private. Ignore. Focus. Vent bypass. 20 meters. Serene led dodging sparks. Her speed blurred. Night Hunter grace. He matched, wrench swinging to brace a falling strut. Saved her back, hand in hand through fumes. Cool grip heated from friction. Trust sealed in sweat and shadow. Vent loomed. Grate welded shut. Sabotage. Evan torched it with plasma cutter. Sparks flew. She shielded him, body blocking flare. True. Narrow crawl. Body scraped close. Breath mingled. His warm gusts. Her cool sighs. Debt doubled, she whispered. Checklist growing. He grinned, prying ahead. Core access neared. Plasma roared deafened. Voss's drone swarm buzzed endcap. Saren tensed. Ambush. Evan checked pad. One move left. Shared final log burst to Sivrek. Kita. All. Voss hacked drones. Proof vector locked. Drones halted midair. Sivrek's override pinged. Voss snarled over open channel. Traitors. Policy protects. Security clamps word. Insectoid curses cut short. Evan and Saren emerged into core glow. Plasma stabilized. Her hand lingered in his. Kita burst in. Medkit ready. Clear. Voss's remote signal traced. Off-station saboteur. Sivrek loomed. Mandibles clicking approval. Competence noted. Human. Veyron. Saren released Evan's hand slow. Eyes held his. Violet promise. Deeply. He nodded, practical as ever. Next shift. Docking seal tune-up. Together. Crowd outside hushed. Whispers sifted. He fixed it. With her. Prejudice cracked. Not speeches, but tape on leaks. Shared channels. Guiding hands. But Voss's parting threat echoed in logs. This ends. Find the signal source. Or frame holds. Evan sealed his role. Saren's gaze warmed beside him. Drones offline. But shadows lingered. Hunt unfinished. Her whisper. Next prey. The hacker. Your tools. My sight. He smiled. Deal. Plasma vents hummed steady. Bond forged in dark choices. Stronger than steel. Station speakers crackled overhead. Predation risk alert. Veyron diplomat Saren Vey identified as hemovore threat. All personnel maintain distance. Reports sightings to security. Evan's jaw tightened. He scanned the core bay crowd. Whispers reignited. Workers edged back from Saren at his side. Her violet eyes narrowed, fangs hidden behind sealed lips. Not again. Evan slung his toolkit higher. Voss. He's out already? Saren's clawed hand brushed his sleeve. Cool touch. Steady. Diplomacy files show bail protocols favor supervisors. He rerouted announcements. Station-wide. Crowd parted. Glares followed her. A wrench clattered dropped nearby. Evan stepped forward, blocking the path. Back to work. Core's stable. Lies don't fix leaks. Murmurs swelled. She drinks blood. Voss warned us. Evan met Saren's gaze. Her nocturnal pupils dilated in the harsh lights. Medbay. Now. Get your nutrition logged official. End this. She nodded once. Sharp. Lead. He pivoted, guiding her through the throng. Shoulders squared. Toolkit rattled against his thigh. Corridors narrowed toward Medwing. Footsteps echoed behind. Curious. Hostile. First security drone hummed close. Red light. Swept Saren. Evan slapped its lens. Stand down. Sivrek cleared her. Drone veered, but more buzzed ahead. Voss's voice looped. Hemovores adapt to synthetic feeds poorly. Risk to crew. Evan quickened pace. Serene matched. Silent grace belying her tension. Her scent. Metallic, like fresh solder. Cut through vent ozone. Medbay doors hissed open. Kita Knoll looked up from her station, scanner in hand. Human, wiry. Eyes sharp behind med goggles. Evan, what's... Oh, her. Protocol check. Evan planted his toolkit down. Hard. Voss is blasting predation lies. Print her compliance sheet. Vitals. Nutrition needs. Disprove it. Kita blinked. Glanced at Saren. Veyron. Nocturnal hemovore, right? Rumors say predator. Saren straightened. Voice low, accented hiss. Adapted diplomat. Synthetic plasma approved. No live sources. Ever. Kita tapped her console. Intake scan first. Policy. She waved Saren to the pad. Step on. Non-invasive. Saren complied. Glow bathed her pale skin. Fangs glinted brief as she parted lips for oral probe. Evan watched the readouts flicker. Heart rate steady. Low light adaptation confirmed. Kita's fingers flew. Hemovore markers. Synthetic compatible. No aggression spikes. Nutrition. Station plasma derivative sufficient. Risk level. Negligible. Evan leaned in. Print it. Big font. Kita grinned faint. Bold move. Printer word. Sheet spat out. Official stamp. Vitals graph. Compliance seal. Disproves the blood drinker myth cold. Saren exhaled. Claws retracted full gratitude. Voss twists truths, not for long. Evan snatched the sheet. Public board. Now. Kita's eyes widened. Crowds riled. You sure? Evan folded the sheet once, tucked it underarm. Signed my name. Proof beats panic. Saren fell in step beside him. Corridors buzzed louder now. Announcements repeated. Workers clustered at junctions, staring. One burly engineer blocked them. Rook, she's dangerous. Voss said. Evan thrust the sheet forward. Read. Vitals logged. Medbay stamped. Synthetic feeds only. Engineer scanned it. Frowned. Huh, looks legit. More heads craned. Whispers shifted. Rook vouches. Medbay cleared her. Evan pushed on. Public board loomed at central dock. Massive hollow panel, flanked by vents and cargo stacks. Dozens gathered. Drones hovered. Recording. He slapped the sheet magnetic to the board. Pulled a stylus. Signed bold. Evan Rook. Tech lead. Witness. Kita Null. Flashbulbs popped from pads. What's this? Evan faced them. Voice level. Facts, not fear. Saren Vase cleared. Works beside me. Fixed the core with me. Check logs. Saren stood firm at his shoulder, no flinch. Her gaze swept the crowd. Predatory calm turned watchful ally, a woman near front. Pipe fitter stepped up. Scanned the sheet. Plasma only. No. Biting. Confirmed. Evan tapped the seal. Ask Kita. Murmurs rolled. Drones captured every angle. One worker nodded slow. Rooks straight. Fixed my bay last cycle. Another. Core didn't blow. Thanks to them. Voss's announcement cut in again. Ignore forgeries. Evan jabbed his pad. Broadcast the medlog link. Trace it. Official channel. Drones pivoted. Crowd pulled pads. Pings echoed. Saren's hand grazed his back. Light pressure. Anchor. He felt her warmth seep through fabric. Trust solidifying. Dockmaster Harlan Voss stormed in then. Red-faced. Uniform crisp. Security bots trailed. Remove that. Policy violation. Evan didn't budge. Medbay protocol. Posted public. Your alerts lack stamps. Voss snarled. She's a risk. I rerouted for safety. Sivrek of Quay loomed behind him. Insectoid bulk. Mandibles clicking. Supervisor Voss. Bail conditions. No interference. Drones logged your overrides. Voss whirled. Liaison. This Varen. Compliance sheet verified. Sivrek extended a sensor leg. Scanned the board. Human Rook. Acts within rights. Crowd dissemination approved. Workers pressed closer. Bones out. Proof. Voss's face purpled. You'll regret, Evan cut in. Logs show your drone hack attempt. Core near miss. Focus there. Saren spoke soft, for Evan's ear only. He fractures. We hold. Her breath cooled his neck. Intimate anchor amid chaos. Kita pushed through. Medkit slung. I stamped it. Vitals don't lie. Who's next for scans? Crowd chuckled. Tension cracked. Voss retreated under Sivrek's glare. Bots herded him out. Board hollow flickered. Sheet went viral. Station net pinged shares. Whispers turned. Rook in the vamp? Solid. Fixed core. Posted proof. Evan turned to Saren. Her violet eyes locked his. Claws brushed his wrist. Deliberate. Small choice. Large fracture. He grinned. Practical. Checklist item. Next. Seal tune-up. She leaned closer. Voice thread. Together. Always. Crowd dispersed slow. Gaze lingered. Not fear, but respect. One sheet. One signature. Paper trail blazed. But Evan's pad buzzed private. Voss's traced signal. From off-station relay, hacker pinged again. Shadows deepened. Saren's fangs gleamed faint smile. Hunt? He nodded. Toolkit ready. Your sight. My tools. They moved out. Bond tightened. Prejudice peeled layer by layer. Not words, but welds and scans. Dock vents hummed approval, but relay trace blinked urgent. Incoming threat vector. Armed drone swarm. Rerouted fresh. Evan checked seals. Ambush 2.0. Saren's hand slipped into his. Cool strength. We break it. Workers watched them go. Whispers followed. They got this. Paper trail lit the path. Hunt ignited. Rough hands slammed into Evan's shoulder. He stumbled against the cargo lift railing. 3 dock hands, greasy jumpsuits, scarred knuckles, circled Saren, her back pressed to the humming lift doors. Violet eyes narrowed, fangs glinted under the harsh dock lights. Back off her. He jabbed a finger at Saren. Vamp bitch drained my cousin last cycle. Prove you won't bite, freak. Evan straightened. Toolkit clanged at his hip. He stepped between them, body blocking the leader's path. Heart pounded steady. Checklist. Assess threat. De-escalate. Record. Hands visible. Palms out. She froze mid-crouch. Claws half extended, reflex humming in her tensed frame. Her gaze flicked to him. Trust flicker. She straightened slow, palms up, empty. No strike. The leader laughed, pushed past Evan, grabbed her wrist. See? Weak. Saren moved. Fluid. One hand twisted his arm into a joint lock, pinned him face first against the lift panel. No snap, no blood. Just control. His buddies lunged. Evan yanked his pad free. Thumbed record. Lens word. Assault in progress. Cargo Bay 7. Security. Now. Delete that, Rook. A thug swung at him. Evan dodged. Kept filming. Touch me. It's 2 charges. Battery on vid. Saren held the leader immobile. Her cool breath brushed Evan's neck as she leaned in. They test. We prove. Footsteps pounded. Sivrik of Quay burst from the shadows, stun baton glowing. The insectoid alien's mandibles clicked. Release all. Saren let go. Leader slumped, rubbing his arm. No break. Evan stopped recording. Pad pinged upload to station net. Got it all. Timestamps. Faces. Sivrik cuffed the trio. Compound eyes swiveled to Saren. You restrained. Good. Policy violation. Otherwise. Proof, Evan said. He held the pad out. They shoved first, demanded she prove no bite. She did, without hurting. The leader spat. Lies. She grabbed me. Sivrek scanned the vid. Mandibles stilled. Evidence clear. Voss will review. Mention of the dockmaster twisted Evan's gut. That private buzz earlier. Voss's trace. Staged. He glanced at Saren. Her hand brushed his. Claws retracted. Anchor. Whispers rippled. Rook stopped him. Vamp didn't fang. Kita Knoll pushed through. Medkit slung. Her eyes widened at the cuffs. Evan, what? Handled, he said. Nodded to Saren. She pinned without breaking. Kita knelt by the leader. Scanner beeped. Bruise only. Vitals stable. She looked up. Grin sharp. Documented. Again. Sivrak herded the gang away. Isolation cells. Voss notified. Evan's pad buzzed. Incoming alert. Drone swarm rerouted. Armed payloads. Vector. This bay. Now. Move. He grabbed Saren's arm, pulled her toward the service tunnels. Drones inbound. Voss's play. Her fangs grazed her lip in thought. Staged. Fracture us. Cool fingers laced his. Together. They ducked into the dim tunnel. Vents hummed overhead. Evan unsealed a panel. Toolkit out. Wire sparked. Jam their nav. Your eyes spot drones first. She nodded. Nocturnal vision pierced the gloom. 3 inbound. Lift shafts. Explosions rocked the bay behind. Shouts echoed. Crowd panic. Kita's voice crackled over comms. Evan! Drones firing wild. Sieves down. Evan patched in, pinpointing. Sivrek, securing bay. The alien's chitter cut through static. Boss locked my overrides. Hacker trace. His relay. Called it. Evan soldered a bypass. Drones whirred closer. Red scan beams swept the tunnel mouth. Serene tensed. Leader. She pointed. One drone hovered. Arm cannon primed. Evan slapped a EMP puck on the wall. Timed it. Down. Pulse bloomed. Drone plummeted. Smoking. 2 more dove. Serene lunged. Claws snagged one strut. Yanked it into the wall. Metal crumpled. No fang. No rip. Just precise yank. Evan fired his arc welder. Blue bolt fried the second sensors. It spiraled into a vent. Silence fell. Sparks danced. His pad lit. Voss override denied. Sivrik back online. Kita patched through. Bay clear. Your jam worked. Vids viral. Gang vid 2. Workers rallying. Evan leaned against the wall, breath steady. Saren pressed close. Her head tilted to his neck, pulse thrummed. Cho's visible hands. Cho's pin, not strike. Trust weld. He grinned, hand cupped her cheek, cool skin, warm gaze. Small choices, big breaks. Footsteps approached. Sevrek emerged, baton dim. Drone sourced. Voss locker, logged. Kitta followed, scans done. No bites, no drains, just prejudice. She eyed their clasped hands, smirked. Paper trail grows. Crowd noise swelled outside. Cheers mixed with chants. Rook! They! Saren's claws traced his palm, deliberate. They see. Evan checked seals. Toolkit secure. Next. Voss. But pad buzzed private again. Voss trace. Deeper. Off-station relay pinged coordinates. Incoming ship. Armed escort. Sivrek's mandibles clicked alarm. Ambush vector confirmed. Diplomatic vessel. Hers. Hijacked signal.
Saren stiffened. Exile ties.
They come for fracture. Evan squeezed her hand. We hold. Practical. Her strength. His tools. Prejudice cracked wider. Kita pulled a data stick. I stamped drone wreckage. Voss's prints metacoded. Workers flooded the tunnel mouth. Tools raised. With you. Evan nodded. Bond spread. One pin. One vid. One jam. Trust forged. Saren leaned in. Lips brushed his ear. Punt deepens. Ship alert blared station-wide. Docking clamps groaned under strain. They moved as one. Into the fray. Evan spotted the anomaly first. Cargo lift shuddered. Doors pried open by hidden hands. Voss's crew. Shadowy figures. Masks down. They dragged a limp worker forward. Staged. Evan muttered. Blame her. Saren's eyes glowed faint. I see fangs. Fake. Prosthetics. The figure shoved the worker toward her. Vamp attack! One yelled. Crowd gasped. Evan surged forward. Hold. Pad up. Recording live. Check the teeth, Saren halted. Hands visible again. Palms out. Worker groaned. Alive. No wounds. Kita darted in. Scanner word. Tranquilizer dart. Human toxin. Not hemovore. Figures bolted. Sivrek pursued. Cuffs. Ready. Voss appeared on holofeed. Face purple. Isolate the predator. Station net overrode. Vids looped. Gang pin. Drone jam. Fake fangs exposed. Crowd turned. Booze drowned Voss. Evan pulled Saren aside. Away from lights. Her breath cooled his skin. Proved again. She smiled. Fangs true, but sheathed. Your checklist, my restraint. Intimate, hand in hand. Threat loomed. Ship docking, but prejudice peeled. Workers clapped their backs. Solid team. Sivrek returned. Captives in tow. Confession incoming. Voss's orders. Kita grinned. Sheet viral. Signatures flood. Evan's pad confirmed. Relay hacked back. Voss exposed. Saren's violet eyes locked his. Claws gentle on his wrist. Fracture complete. He nodded. Toolkit honed. Seal it. Ship klaxons wailed. Armed pods detached. Final play. They gripped tighter. Ready? Armed pods slammed into the docking clamps. Boots thudded on deck plating. Voss's voice blasted from every speaker. Rook! Stand down. Fraternization policy violation. You're on overnight quarantine duty with the hemovore. Bay 7. Now, Evan tightened his grip on Saren's hand. Her claws pricked his skin. Gentle warning. Pods hissed open. Armored figures spilled out. Stunners raised. Sivrek waved them back. Hold fire. Voss's captives confessed. This is overreach. Voss's hollow flickered above, face twisted. Policy stands. Human safety first. Move, Rook, or face charges. Evan met Saren's violet eyes. She nodded once. Trust sealed. He pulled her toward Bay 7. Crowd parted. Whispers followed. Punishing the hero? Kita yelled. I'll log this. Her scanner beeped. Recording. Sivrek fell in step. I'll timestamp your entry. Proof against him. Bay 7 doors sealed behind them with a hydraulic whine. Quarantine lights dimmed to red. Overnight shift. 12 hours. Voss's punishment. Evan scanned the bay. Sterile walls, single bunk, observation table. Camera blinked overhead. Standard feed to Voss's office. He dropped his toolkit. First things first. Surin leaned against the wall. Shadows clung to her pale skin. Fangs glinted as she spoke. He isolates us. Tests limits. Evan pried open the camera panel. Wires sparked. Not for long. He spliced a bypass. Feed rerouted to local storage chip in his pad. Continuous loop. No remote access. Voss sees nothing live. He sealed the panel with a weld bead. Toolkit clicked shut. Camera's blind. Our evidence now. She tilted her head. Nocturnal eyes sharpened. Competent. Always your checklist. He straightened. Bay hummed quiet. Hostility outside boiled. Voss's last play. Staged incident incoming. He felt it. We wait. But safe. Saren stepped closer. Cool breath ghosted his neck. My people, we formalize boundaries. Consent gestures. Prevents accidents. She raised her palm. 4 fingers splayed, thumb tucked. This. Open trust. Claws retracted fully. She traced the air. Crossed arms. Stop. Then palms together, claws extended slight. Bond safe. Touch permitted. No breach. Evan mirrored her. Palm out, fingers steady. Teach me right. She guided his hand. Skin met skin. Hers silk over steel. Sign it. Vocal and gesture, on record. He pulled his pad, activated local log. Evan Rook, acknowledging Saren Vey's bond-safe boundary. Open trust active. Stop on crossed arms. Touch permitted within. He splayed fingers, then crossed arms, then palms together, signed digital thumbprint. Saren smiled. Fangs sheathed. I accept. Her claws tapped the pad. Timestamp glowed. Evan pinged Sivrek. Security override. Log locked. Proof of consent. Sivrek's voice crackled back. Received. Voss can't touch this. Bay lights flickered. External comms buzzed. Kita's voice leaked through. Evan, heads up. Voss rallying concerned workers. Claims you're at risk. Saren's ears twitched. Staged again. They come. Evan checked seals. Doors secure. Let them. We're ready. Hours ticked. Nocturnal calm settled. Saren perched on the bunk edge. Evan sat across. Toolkit open. Shared rations. His protein bar, her nutrient synth blood pack. She sipped slow. Your kind eats light. Efficient. He nodded. Yours hunts deep night. Adapted. No awe. Just fact. Her restraint earlier, holding back on bait worker, mirrored his rewires. Balance. She set the pack down. Claw tapped his knee. Bond safe. Why help? Prejudice. Calls me predator. Evan met her gaze. You held back. Checklist item. Verify before act. Simple. Her laugh cooled the air. Human, normal, extraordinary to us. Alarms blared. Bay shook. Thuds outside. Crowd. Pods. Evan jumped up. Pad live recorded. Camera feed looped harmless. Status? Saren pressed to the viewport slit. Masks down. Voss's crew. Dart guns. Glass cracked. Dart thunked inside. Trank. Human grade. Mist. Rolled under bunk. Evan scooped it. Scanner from toolkit word. Same toxin as before. Not yours. Com exploded. Voss. Vamp attack in quarantine. Breach protocol. Saren crossed arms. Stop. Claws in. They frame. Evan patched to stationnet. Sivrek's channel. Dart inside. Tox profile matches confession. Local cam secure. Sivrek. Pods en route. Hold. Crowd roar swelled. Fists on doors. Monster out. Kita broke through static. Evan. Signatures hit critical. Workers turning. Hold 5. Saren's hand found his. Open trust. Cool strength. Together. He gripped back. Checklist. Survive. Expose. Doors buckled. Sparks flew. Sivrek's teen breached outer cordon. Shouts. Stunners popped. Voss's hollow intruded. Rook. Eject her. Save yourself. Evan flipped the pad cam to face him. Log shows consent. Dart shows setup. Your move failed. Hollow winked out. Silence. Doors hissed open. Sivrik strode in. Cuffs dangling from two masked figures. Voss's direct orders. Recorded. Kita followed, medkit slung, grinned wide. Viral again. Petitions flooding command. Saren uncurled claws. Palms out. Crowd outside hushed. Evan stood shoulder to shoulder, toolkit holstered. Shift over? Severick nodded. Voss detained. Inquiry starts dawn cycle. Workers peeked in. Claps started slow. Built. Rook and Vey. Solid. Saren's violet eyes locked Evan's. Claws brushed his wrist. Intimate signal. Bond safe deepened. He nodded. Hand in hers. Prejudice cracked wider. But station-wide comms pinged. New alert. Incoming vessel. Voss allies. Armed escort. They gripped tighter. Next shift just began. Evan eyed the toolkit. Rewire time. Saren's fangs gleamed. Ready. Kita slapped his back. I'll dock it all. Sivrek cuffed the captives tighter. Proof mounts. Crowd parted as they exited. Whispers turned cheers. One worker nodded. Saren held back. Respect. She inclined head. Grace in shadows. Evan led her to main docks. Lights harsh, but her hand cool anchor. Voss's allies inbound. Final fracture? Toolkit hummed. Checklist grew. Protect. Prove. Bond. Pods docked hard. Hatches cycled. Figures emerged. Cloaked. Insignia hidden. Saren tensed. Smell blood synth. Bait again. Evan raised pad. Recording. Pattern recognized. Sivrik flanked them. Flank secured. Kita scanner ready. Talks watch. First figure stepped forward. Mask slipped. Boss's deputy. Surrender the hemivore, crowd murmured. But clapped louder. No! Evan stepped up. Serene at side. Evidence first. Deputy lunged. Dart flew. Seren sidestepped. Blurred speed. Nocturnal gift. Caught it mid-air. Crushed. Not mine. Evan's pad captured crystal. Talks match. Crowd surged. Grabbed deputy. Traitor! Sivrik cuffed him. Pods sealed shut. Outnumbered. Station command holo-lit. All clear. Boss faction dissolved. Cheers erupted. Workers hoisted Evan and Saren. Hands clapped backs. No fear. Serene leaned close. Breath intimate. Your choices. My gestures. Trust built. Evan smiled. Teamwork. Kita whooped. Romance of the docks. Sivrek chuckled. Policy rewritten tomorrow. They lowered to deck. Hand still linked. Prejudice shattered. But Saren's eyes flicked to stars. My exile lifts. Evan checked pad. Official ping. Diplomat status restored. Welcome. She pulled him into Shadow Nook. Claws gentle. Palms together. Bond safe evolved. Lips met. Cool. Fangs sheathed. Consent signed. Station hummed alive. Humans. Aliens. Together. Evan's toolkit waited. Next repair. Future. Evan's comm buzzed sharp. He snatched it mid-stride across the docking bay. Voss's gravelly tone barked through. All hands. Hemivore nutrient shipment cancelled. Immediate safety inspection scheduled for Sector 7 quarters. Number exceptions. Stay clear. Workers froze around Evan. Murmurs rippled. A burly Tellarite spat on the deck. About time. Bloodsuckers a liability. Evan clenched his jaw. Seren's rations, specially synthesized plasma packs, were her lifeline. Without them, she'd weaken fast. He checked his pad. Inspection. In 2 hours. Public spectacle. Voss's play to isolate her again. He pivoted toward storage lockers. No speeches. Action. His emergency kit held basics. Sterile tubing, nutrient gels, blood expander for med surplus. Enough to improvise. He punched the lock code. Door hissed open. Kita jogged up, scanner in hand. Evan, you hear that? Voss is stirring panic. Crowds gathering already. Working on it. Evan yanked out components. Mixed gel with expander fluid under his portable sterilizer. Hand steady. Checklist mental. Seal, pressurize, label. 10 minutes. Pack hum to life. Cool, crimson, viable substitute. Not perfect, but it'd hold her. Saren's quarters loomed ahead. He keyed the panel. Door slid. She stood in shadow, pale skin luminous under low lights. Fangs glinted as she turned. Evan. Smell cuts deep. Voss starves me. He thrust the pack forward. Sterile synth. From my kit. Lasts 48 hours. Her claws brushed his as she took it. Cool touch lingered. Eyes locked. Trust unspoken. She pierced the seal. Sipped slow. Color returned to her cheeks. Inspection starts soon. Evan scanned the corridor. Footsteps echoed. Crowd noise swelled outside. Saren nodded. I endure, you choose aid. Prejudice cracks. Alarms whooped. Soft water main advisory. Evan thirsted from the rush. Grabbed his canteen from belt. Twisted cap. Saren blurred. Hand clamped his wrist. Stop. Nose flared. Anticoagulant spike. In water. Tainted. He froze. Dropped it. Fluid splashed deck. Faint shimmer. What? She knelt. Dipped claw. Tasted trace. Hemivore sense. Poisons. Thin blood. Yours would clot fail. Death slow. Her gaze pierced him. Saved. Again. Evan scooped sample into vial from kit. Sealed it. Voss, or his crew. Staging weakness. Rage boiled practical. No more games. He tapped calm. Sivrik, dock liaison bay. Now. Evidence. Sivrik arrived, clipped strides. Scaled face impassive. Rook. Inspection mobs Voss's show. Speak fast. Evan held vial high. Station water spiked. Anticoagulant. Matches hemivore tox profile. Serene detected. Saved me. He thrust pad forward. Scan data glowed. Sample pure. Test it. Sivrik's tendrils quivered. Took vial. Scanner linked. Beep. Confirmed. Deliberate. Targets her kind. And you. By proximity. Arrest warrant. Voss cuts her feed. Poisons commons. Set up for incident at inspection. Evan's voice steel. Burn it down. Sivrik hesitated. Policy binds. Need command chain. No. Proof here. Deputies involved. Pods prepped. Act or station fractures. Saren emerged from shadow, flanked Evan. Liaison. Trust his choice. Small axe. Prove. Kita burst in, breathless. Mobs at quarters. Voss leading chant. Isolate the predator. Sivrik's eyes narrowed. Holstered scanner. Warrant pinged. Hold position. He strode out. Comms crackled live. Evan gripped toolkit. Serene's hand found his. Claws retracted. Palm firm. Heat built between fingers. Intimate anchor. Crowd roar peaked outside. Door rattled. With me? Evan asked. Always. Her breath ghosted his ear. Nocturnal strength coiled ready. Deck shook. Pods docked hard. Unannounced. Hatches cycled. Figures spilled out. Cloaked. Insignia hidden under hoods. Saren tensed against him. Blood synth scent. Bait trap. Evan raised pad. Recording active. Pattern clear. Got you. Sivrik's voice boomed from flank. Security perimeter. Stand down. Kita's scanner whirred. Tox levels rising. Air now. First figure shoved hood back. Voss's deputy. Snarling. Surrender the hemivore. She's poisoned the mains. Crowd beyond barriers jeered. But some workers shifted. Evan stepped forward. Saren shadowed perfect. Evidence first.
Sample matches your dart tox.
Deputy lunged. Dart gun whipped up. Fired. Serene moved. Vampiric blur. Nocturnal reflex snatched dart midair. Crushed casing. Crystal shards glittered. Not prey. Evan's pad captured iridescent match. Tox profile identical. He broadcast hollow-wide. See it? Same poison. Crowd gasped. Surge. Forward. Grabbed deputy's arms. Traitor. Saboteur. Sivrik slapped cuffs. Under arrest. Voss next. More cloaks bolted for pods. Doors slammed shut. Outnumbered. But station command hollow flickered alive overhead. Alert. Contamination confirmed. Voss faction detained. All clear. Cheers exploded. Workers tore barriers. Hoisted Evan and Saren shoulder high. Hands clapped backs. No flinch at her touch. Fear? Gone. Serene leaned into Evan. Lips brushed ear. Your checklist, my senses, trust forged. He grinned. Team. Their hands linked mid-air. Solid. Kita whooped below. Doc's power couple. Sivrik waved from deck. Policy update dawn. Interspecies protocols evolve. They touched down. Feet firm. Saren tugged him to Shadow Nook. Away from lights, claws traced his palm. Gentle claim. Exile query? Evan checked pad. Official ping glowed. Diplomat reinstated. Welcome home. She pulled him close. Bodies aligned. Cool lips met his. Fangs sheathed soft. Consent pulsed wordless. Bond. Sealed. Station thrummed renewed. Humans tinkered. Aliens guarded. Together, Evan's toolkit waited. Next fix. Forever. But Voss's shadow lingered. One last calm whisper. This isn't over. Sivrek's voice boomed over the dock chatter. Voss! Stand down. Inspection now. Evan thumbed his pad. The hollow recording flickered to life mid-air. Voss's face twisted on the projection, his own voice snarling into a hidden calm. Flood the vents with the crystal dust. Blame the bloodsucker. Isolate her pod forever. Gasps rippled through the workers. Kita's eyes widened from the medbay overlook. She nodded once. Fierce. Voss lunged for the controls. Fabrication. He's splicing. Sivrek's armored grip clamped Voss's wrist. Cuffs snapped shut. Chain of evidence. Deputies' dart matches. Your prints on the synth files. Sabotage confirmed. Voss spat. Panic protocol. She's a predator. Enough. Sivrek hauled him toward the security skiff. Station command en route. Your faction's detained. Evan pocketed his pad. Cheers erupted anew. Workers slapped his back. Saran stood close, her cool fingers brushing his sleeve. No one flinched. He met her gaze. Crimson eyes steady. Concourse next. No more walls. She nodded. Claws retracted fully. Lead. Evan stepped forward. Security deputies blocked the ramp to central concourse. Rook. Protocol. Isolate the hemovore. Quarantine holds. No. Evan planted his feet, toolkit slung over shoulder. She caught the dart. Crushed your poison mid-air. Saved the shift. Deputy's visor hummed. Scan beam swept Saren. Risk assessment. Evan cut in. Log it. Public record. We're walking through. Crowd pressed behind. Kita shouted from the edge. Let him pass. Docs vouch. Sivrek's calm crackled. Stand down. Command override. Voss plot exposed. Deputies parted. Evan extended his arm. Saren slipped her hand into the crook of his elbow, cool skin against his jumpsuit. They strode onto the concourse. Lights blazed overhead. Merchant stalls hummed. Aliens of a dozen species paused. Tentacles froze mid-haggle. Multifaceted eyes locked. Whispers hissed. Vampire. Exposed. A cluster of cloaked traders edged back. One snarled. Predator in the open. Evan kept pace steady. Saren's steps matched his. No blur. No fangs bared. Hostile murmurs swelled. A fruit vendor toppled his cart. Bananas rolled underfoot. Security drones whirred closer. Siren halted center concourse. Floodlights caught her pale skin, iridescent scales on her neck. She raised both hands, palms out. Wall, voice carried, melodic yet firm. No hiss. Hear me. Silence fell. I am Saren Vey, diplomat of Valar Prime. Nocturnal. Hemovore by birth. I swear this oath. No harm to any without cause. No feed without consent. Equal conduct under station law. Murmurs shifted. A child alien peeked from behind its parent. She talks pretty. Saren continued. Request equal access. No isolation. Prove by deed. Evan squeezed her arm. Crowd encircled them. Phones hovered. Recording. Dockmaster proxy flickered on the central hollow. Oath logged. Awaiting sponsor. Evan stepped forward, took Saren's hand. Her claws stayed sheathed, fingers lacing his, warmth spread despite her chill. I sponsor. He pulled the public terminal slab, thumbed his ID. Evan Rook, technician, Doc 7, vouch for Saren Vey, full access granted. Stylus, scratched digital ink. His name blazed across the hollow. A sponsor, confirmed. Crowd exploded. Cheers drowned the last whispers. A tentacled merchant thrust forward a data slate. Trade pact? Her senses spot fakes. Kita pushed through, grinning. Signed it. Power move. Saren's grip tightened. Free. Evan grinned back. Team, but his pad buzzed. Private calm. Voss's voice, smuggled from holding. Sponsor? You'll regret. My network runs deep. She drains you dry. Evan killed the link, pocketed it. No alert yet. Sivrek needed the trace. Saren tilted her head. Trouble. Old noise. He nodded to the shadows. Shift's not over. They moved toward the shadowed lounge wing. Workers nodded now. No stairs. A human mechanic clapped Evan's shoulder. Good call, Rook. Fixed more than vents. Sivrek caught up at the lounge hatch. Voss's comms scrubbed, but allies loose. Watch flanks. Evan checked his toolkit. Multi-scanner primed. Got it. Her eyes. My tools. Saren scanned the dim corridor. Movement. 3 shadows, portside. Evan pivoted. Drones hummed ahead. Flush 'em. They tailed the figures. Cloaked runners, Voss loyalists. One fumbled a pod override. Evan slapped a bypass jammer. Pod sealed. Sivrek's team swarmed. Detained. Runners snarled. You'll burn for this, human. Sponsoring death. Evan ignored him, turned to Saren. Oath held? She smiled. Fangs hidden. Held. Kita pinged his pad. Med logs uploaded. Abuse reports chained to Voss, ironclad. You're clear. Concourse thrummed fuller now. Aliens mingled closer. A Valar trader approached Saren. Sister, reinstated, by his hand. She nodded to Evan. Trader bowed. Human competence, rare. Evan shrugged. Checklist. Night cycle deepened. Lights dimmed. Saren tugged him into a service alcove, away from eyes. Sponsor rights? He leaned in. What now? Her lips brushed his jaw. Cool, inviting. Claim. Evan pulled her close. Bodies fit. His hands traced her scales. Smooth, alive. She nipped his collar. Gentle. Consent clear. Kiss deepened. Fangs grazed, never pierced. Heat built. Trust solid. Pad buzzed again. Sivrek. Policy dawn. Full interspecies access. Evan broke away. Grinned. Forever fix? Saren's eyes glowed. Starting now, but Voss's whisper echoed in his mind. Network deep. One runner escaped the sweep. Evan scanned the vents. Dust traces glowed. New sabotage? Toolkit open. On it. Saren's senses sharpened. There. Pulse. They moved as one. Human grit. Alien edge. Station's heart beat stronger. Crowd watched from afar. The vampire walked free, sponsored by the human who saw her first, but shadows stirred. Voss's last play brewed.